The West Indies. The luckiest was Kenya, who benefited from New Zealand's decision not to play in Nairobi. But who could begrudge the smiling Kenyans for their good fortune? With win points from their matches against Sri Lanka and New Zealand, they now found themselves second on the Super Six table. If they could gain just one victory from their next 3 matches, they'd be in the semi-finals. And complicated as that table may look, it sets up the Super Six stage of the tournament. One thought, of course, was dominating everyone's thinking. Who could conquer Australia? Next to run into the amazing Australian juggernaut was Sri Lanka. Could the veritable Vas and the mighty Murali turn the tide?
Oh, like that. That's over the top on the leg side. Gilchrist is finding a liking to this bowling at the moment. Looking for 2 again. This time they're coming. Bit of a stutter, and this one's hit the stumps. That one could well be out.
Look, he's struggling here. This has got to be out. Oh, yes. 99, and Adam Gilchrist has been run out.
I'd rather like to look at that. And that. I think Billy Bowden likes signalling sixes.
He's got it away fine. Yes, he's done it. That's Ricky Ponting's 12th one-day international 100. It's also his 4th as captain, by the way. He's 3rd against Sri Lanka. He's played very, very well today.
Another huge total, with the captain finally getting right among them. Ponting's innings included 8 fours, 4 sixes, and just 1 miscalculation, which led to the run-out of Gilchrist. Now Brett Lee attacked Sanat Jayasuriya. The Sri Lankan skipper left the field for an X-ray, taking with him any slim hopes of a stunning run chase.
Well, that's got to be close. Yes, that's LBW. Brett Lee has got him jumping around all over the place, and when it's straight, he finds them on the crease. And when you're on the crease and the ball is straight, you've got a good chance of being out LBW.
That's one of the great shots you will ever see. It was a ripper.
Oh, he's had a hit. Oh, he's hit this. It's a no ball. It's a huge 6. Take that. He has smashed that to the longest boundary in the ground. Brett Lee is being smashed all over Centurion.
144 k's an hour down the pitch, about 170 back the other way.
Aravinda De Silva has been Sri Lanka's greatest ever batsman, and here, against one of the game's finest bowling attacks, he produced one last marvellous innings. Lee once again produced the fireworks. McGrath once again earned the bowling figures. They're the big name, of course. The Kenyans not so, and they'd moved on to Cape Town to play India. The game got off to a rollicking start.
Kennedy Abuya goes to his 8th one-day international 50. I suppose we could say it's his first as Kennedy Abuya. The previous 7 have been as Kennedy Otieno.
Well, change of name has worked.
Yes, the name change did indeed work, and how well he played. A good start it was, but the spinners had slowed the pace, and Srinath had come back stronger. 226 seemed well within the Indian batsman's capabilities, but first there was a shock for Sehwag. And after that, the almost impossible happened.
Oh, great catch! Outstanding catch. Tony Suji has got the little master. So a couple of quick wickets here for Kenya. India are stunned. Oh, just past the man at square leg. A big dive and another big dive. They're all over the place, the Kenyans.
Big appeal. Has he got a bat on it? Umpire Peter Willey says no, and you're right in front. Off you go.
Well, the Kenyans are jubilant, and why not? They picked up the third Indian wicket.
Cut away. And a desperate dive, but it's crashed into the boundary boards for 4 more for the Indian captain.
That's short, and he's put that away. Very good shot. Maxman, half a dozen runs off the last ball of the over, so that's a big one for India. 13 runs coming from it. Ganguly goes to his 50 as well. Important knock this from the skipper.
There he goes, Ganguly. He's decided he's got to target somebody. He can't let this creep away from him anymore, and he's hit that beautifully over long off.
There it is. His 21st one-day international 100. He's now one ahead of Syed Anwar. Goes to number 2 in the all-time list. Another good crowd here in Cape Town, and they've had another very good match to watch. The underdogs, well, they gave India a real scare. It's all over now. That's the end of the game. India get home in the end quite comfortably. They wouldn't have felt that though when they lost 2 early wickets.
Oddly enough, this was a game where everyone finished happy, the two teams and the spectators alike. Kenya had given their new fans at home and those in South Africa plenty to cheer about, and would surely have gained confidence from the way they shook India's top order. As for Sourav Ganguly, well, of course, he was happy with his own form, and even happier that the Indians seemed assured of a place in the semi-finals. That's the way it was looking. Australia still dominant, but an important game beckoned. Both Zimbabwe and New Zealand went into the Super Sixes knowing, given their lowly place in the Super Six table, that one more defeat would most likely see them miss the semi-finals. Zimbabwe's slow start to this game was not what they wanted.
There's the battle, and there's his 50. He'll be delighted about that. One in Test cricket, and now in one-day internationals as well.
Very good innings. Came in when his side was in desperate trouble. He's played sensible cricket. Played in the areas where he's comfortable, and it's been a fine knock.
Big hit. Gone all the way. Just too short.
So another big shot to end the over. This over from Chris Harris has gone for 23. One less than the rest of his 9 overs in the spell.
Oh, that's beautifully struck. That's 6 more. Oram's 6'6". He had to be 10'6" to even get a look at it. What an over, what an innings it's come to be for Zimbabwe. Smashing stroke play.
So we've got a ball to go, and 58 have come off the last 3 overs. Make that a couple more, I would suggest. In fact, Astor's going to struggle to save the boundary, and he hasn't. 4 more. The last over has gone for 26. So some clean hitting from Sean Irvin, who's got to 31 with only 14 deliveries right at the end.
62 runs from the final 3 overs. It was unbelievable. Had Zimbabwe sustained that pace for their entire 50 overs, they would have scored, oh, forget it, because you won't believe it, more than 1,000.
It's been deflected. It'll only be the one. 50 for Nathan Astle. 71 deliveries, 5 fours. The second 50 will be more important for his team if he gets there. This time it's over the top for 6, and that brings up the 50 for Cairns. Astle hits it over the top, and boy, is he happy about that. That's the most emotion I've ever seen from Nathan Astle. That's number 13 in terms of one-day international hundreds. It's his third against Zimbabwe, his second in World Cups. Couldn't have come at a better time in a game New Zealand simply had to win.
Yes, Zimbabwe had to face facts for all but 3 overs at the end of their own batting innings. New Zealand had been in total control. Encouragingly for the Black Caps, Chris Cairns' return to the bowling crease went OK, while he and Astle confirmed that in most situations they're 2 of the game's most dangerous batsmen. India's growing reputation went on the line against Sri Lanka. The accepted view now was that if the master Tendulkar and the protege Sehwag fired, anything could happen.
Have a look at that. Oh boy, you can't hit him much harder than that. He's waited for it. He also looks as if he's got plenty of time, and it's whistled straight over the top of the boundary rope. Unbelievable shot.
That's away. That's going to go not to the fence. He's going to be able to pick up. Oh, yes, it is to the fence. Goodness me, that is very, very sloppy. That brings Tendulkar to his 50. He'll take a bonus run there to go to that 50. Nasenka was the man who should have stopped it. He was leaping around in front of the scoreboard and couldn't quite get there.
That really was poor cricket, and that brings up Sachin Tendulkar's half century. You could see the applause all over the grounds, and he certainly is looking ominous. Come on.
Thinking about 2 again, yes, and Mubarak picks up. Well, that brings up the half-century now for Virender Sehwag. So his top score prior to this innings was 36. This will be a bit of a relief to him.
And you can see the man is pleased. Tendulkar also walking down and just congratulating the young man. He's been under some pressure. Not him, but just that the runs weren't coming. He's capable of more. So gets his first 50 in World Cup.
The dynamic duo weren't separated until the score had reached 153. It had been great to watch, and in the process, they established a momentum that continued throughout the 50 overs and set Sri Lanka a pretty imposing task. Atapattu and Jayasuriya, the latter playing despite a bruised arm and a cracked finger, faced up to Javagal Srinath.
Gone. There's a wicket. That is a huge one first up. Wasn't the greatest of deliveries from Javagal Srinath. But Marvin Atapattu has smashed it into the covers. Mohammad Kaif is the man who's taken a sharpie, and they're 1 down Sri Lanka. Another one. Javagal Srinath has got another one. Sri Lanka in big trouble. Mubarak didn't last very long. Srinath is on the spot with this. The perfect line across the left hand. He's nicked it. And Rahul Dravid has done the rest. There's a big shout. That's pretty close. Up goes the finger. Another one. Another one down. India are outstanding at the moment here at the Wanderers. Javagal Srinath has struck. He's picked up another one. And goodness me, this is disastrous for Sri Lanka.
By the time Murali had some meaningless fun at the end of the game, it was all but gone. Srinath, for his amazing assault at the start of the Sri Lankan innings, was named man of the match. And while Sri Lanka contemplated the fact that despite this embarrassing loss, they could still make the semi-finals, Indian supporters began to believe that, just maybe, they could win the whole thing. New Zealand had managed to beat Australia at the 1999 World Cup, and also 3 times out of 4 in Australia just last year. This was a reason that Steve Waugh was promptly sacked. Now, could Stephen Fleming's men do the same at the ground where the Australians had struggled against England?
Oh, that's out. Big edge, big healthy edge. Right line, right length, and Hayden's gone cheaply. Big wicket for Shane Bond. That's exactly what Stephen Fleming was hoping for when he won the toss and bowled first.
Edged and gone. That is a big, big wicket. Shane Bond. He loves playing against Australia. He's got him. What an inspired bowling change. Nathan Astle takes the catch at gully. And whatever Stephen Fleming does, it turns to goal.
Got him. Just fishing away, and Fleming has done it again with a bowling change. Damien Martin makes a rare mistake in this innings anyway and pays the price. Got him. Absolutely magnificent. I'm not quite sure where Harvey was looking to hit that. It looked very onside to me. Too quick.
Nicely played for Bickle. That's the best ever figures for New Zealand for Shane Bond. 10 overs, 6 for 23. A wonderful spell of bowling. 29 gone, 88 for 7.
But just as they had done 9 days back, Michael Bevan and Andy Bickle inspired a fight back. Here was the most unlikely candidate for the all-rounder of the tournament. And Michael Bevan was with him all the way. He plans one-day rescue missions in his sleep. This was his 47th score of 50 or more in one-day internationals. More than a third of those have ended with him undefeated. And on this pitch, against these bowlers, 208 really did seem a winning score. Indeed, that was just what it proved.
That is beautifully bowled. That has just gone a fraction in the air and then off the seam as well. And Astle has gone. McGrath has 2. 5 overs gone, 24 for 2. There were 3 wides in the last over. Now we've got another 3. All waving to their dietitians.
Fleming's departure in the 25th over ended the New Zealanders' resistance.
Bowled him. Quick and straight. Really good delivery, that one from Brett Lee. A change of angle. He's bowled over, he's bowled round, he's picked up 3 quick wickets, and Orham's the last of them. Unbelievably well bowled by Brett Lee. I think we all knew what he was thinking. Andre Adams probably knew what he was thinking. He just couldn't do anything about it. What a catch. What a brilliant way to end the innings. Brett Lee has picked up his 5th. What reactions. He's certainly a great athlete, and this has been a great performance by Australia. There should be no doubt about it, folks. They're on track to win this World Cup.
Yes, commentator Ian Smith summing up everybody's thoughts. Even despite the loss of Warne and Gillespie, Australia have built a massive psychological edge over everyone.
Ricky, I think the Australians could just about win from anywhere, is that right?
You'd probably think that after the last couple of games we've played here in particular, but we don't want to get ourselves into too many of those situations again. Lost early wickets again, which was disappointing, and but to bowl and field the way we did was just outstanding.
It's time for Kenya again, and they went into this All-African match knowing a win would gain them a semi-final berth. They knew too that their head-to-head record with Zimbabwe was, well, ordinary. Look at that.
That's close. That's very close. It's too close, Alistair Campbell. It's close enough for Mr. Suji.
There's another edge. So the onset of the leg spinner has worked for Kenya. Taibu trying to deflect that behind the wicket. And Andy Flowers lost another partner.
This is a disaster.
And that'll be another wicket too. Dion Ebram beaten, all ends up, and a fine stumping.
Kennedy Abuya. Kennedy Otieno Abuya. He has been keeping well throughout the tournament. He has been pretty quick behind the stumps. And Collins Abuya. It's a family business. Collins the bowler, Kennedy the stumper.
In his final hours as a Zimbabwe cricketer, Andy Flower was the only batsman to offer any meaningful resistance. For the remainder of Zimbabwe's batsmen, the scorecard was sorry reading. With barely a whimper, they were slipping out of the tournament, while Kenya were continuing on their merry path.
Oh, he's just gone over the top here, and that's to their quickest bowler. That sends a message. And 4 more. This is an excellent over. Good placement from Thomas Odoya. That brings up the 100 for Kenya. They're in sight of victory. It's 103 for 3.
He's gone for it, and he's put it away, and that's victory for Kenya. Historic picture, historic moment. And Maurice Odambe has played a blinder. Absolutely fantastic knock. And Kenya win by 7 wickets, and they are through to the semis.
Alongside the remarkable win against Sri Lanka, this was Kenya's most stunning upset. Zimbabwe, a test-playing nation, had to win. Kenya, the associates, hoped to do so, and did.
Streaky, things didn't go too well. You must be a bit disappointed.
Yeah, very disappointed, but credit must go to Kenya. They stuck to their disciplines as they have in the whole tournament, and unfortunately our batters got out to some soft dismissals, but it was because of the pressure they created. We've got to put our thinking caps on for the next game, but unfortunately, we're out of this, the contention for the semi-finals.
Steve, great win again.
Yeah, I think, the boys have been playing good cricket, and this game was no exception. I think up front, Martin Suji and Collins bowled pretty well.
Well, you weren't expecting to get into the Super Sixes. You were hoping. I'm sure you weren't expecting to get into the semi-finals as well.
No, I think, we had spoken about it. Our target was the Super Sixes, but, when we got there again, we reviewed our target, which was the semi-finals.
Steve Tickler's looking happy, isn't he? As far as the Super Sixes were concerned, the only question remaining was who would be Australia's semi-final opponent, Sri Lanka or New Zealand. This then, another must-win game for the New Zealanders, while in truth there was little in it for India, except of course the chance to sustain their winning form. And that was incentive enough.
That's in the air, taken. Second ball wicket for the Indians. Harbhajan Singh making no mistake at square leg. And New Zealand lose an early wicket. And straight away some movement. The figure has gone up. It always looked close. 2 wickets and 2 balls for Zahir. And New Zealand already in a spot of bother.
Ashish Nehru this time. So just as New Zealand started to climb out of the mire, Nira puts an end to it.
Got him. Very, very good delivery. Terrific stuff from Zahir Khan. That's his third that he's picked up today. And 100 wickets now for Zahir Khan in one-day internationals. Brilliant stuff.
Ganguly's paceman had dismantled the Black Caps' top order in a way that few would have believed pre-tournament. New Zealand's only hope was that Bond, Shane Bond, could do the same to Sehwag and Tendulkar.
One down. Shane Bond has struck very, very early in proceedings. Virender Sehwag, as the man, had a bit of a waft at it. It was a good pace delivery, just under 149 k's per hour, and they've got the initial breakthrough. Got him right through him. That is a great delivery from Shane Bond. 153 k's per hour. Magnificent stuff, and they picked up the skipper this time. 2 down. Gone. Brilliant catch. Oram is the man. He has taken an absolute blinder. Wow, what a huge wicket that is. Daryl Tuffy has been hit for 3 fours in the first 3 balls. He's come back with the 5th ball and he's picked up Sachin Tendulkar. Gone. Down. Thought he had it. Grasped it. Goodness me. McCullum is the keeper. He moved nicely into the gloves and then turfed it.
Whenever he's bowled fuller, he's created problems for the Indian batsman. This is over pitch and wide, and that's the reason Dravid went after it. And just got the impression he was grabbing at it. He knew that was a big one. That would have been the 4th for New Zealand.